All right, y'all, and we're live, everybody. So it looks like we got it going, and everyone is in frame as always. You guys, if you are, so that looks good. Go back to the Y for me, Keanu. Let me just make sure. So I like that better because that'll be the focus on them talking, and then let's get Coach Faddis and them.
Are we?
We're live on YouTube and Facebook. And so we're interviewing some special guests here. We got Mr. Jaxon Willman and Alyvia Reyna returning from Kids Pans. So welcome, you guys. Are you excited to be here?
Yep.
Yeah. You guys were talking a lot of smack to each other in the pre-show. So is that like brotherly sisterly love? Is that what's going on? Okay. So we're gonna open the floor. You guys have been training with us many years, but let me give you go ahead and introduce yourselves, who you are, how long you've been training, if you do anything else outside of training, and then we'll start diving into Kids Pants.
Jaxon Willman. I've been training for about 6 years. Don't even know. Do soccer outside of Jiu-Jitsu, and that's about it.
Don't you don't wrestle anymore?
Oh yeah, I wrestle too.
Minor detail. Yeah. How did the other grappling sport not come into the conversation?
I don't know.
Okay. You do football or no?
I did for a little bit.
Okay. All right. So soccer, football, and wrestling. All right. Miss Alyvia.
I'm Alyvia Reyna. I've been doing Jiu-Jitsu for 7 years, and I do track and cross country out of Jiu-Jitsu.
Track and cross country. What portion of track? Because I know there's like a strongman track, and then there's like a, shot put style, and then there's just like running and jumping hurdles and things.
Oh, I'm like mid-distance running.
What is considered mid-distance?
Like 400 and 800
meters.
Meters.
Why don't they use yards?
I don't know.
We haven't converted to the English system yet.
I don't think so.
Okay. That's all right.
It's a terrible system.
Well, have you done you guys know how to convert the decimals across from decimeters to decameters to millimeters?
Yeah.
Nope.
They had our ninth grade class. Our ninth grade class, we had to convert 10 problems in 60 seconds with 100% accuracy for him to pass us.
And it's easy.
It's 10 seconds?
60 seconds.
60 seconds.
So you had 6 seconds per problem. So but most of America can't do that. So I mean, we put fractions on our tape measures here, so it's kind of a failed system. Coach W, Coach Faddis, and Professor Muhammad. Let's talk a little bit about. We interviewed Evelyn and Anya. Thank you. Last week, and this year we have. They're no strangers to competition. What was that like for you as coaches getting ready? What were your thoughts walking into the stadium? How prepared did you feel for the team? And then same question for the kids. How prepared did you guys feel for the tournament this year?
I mean, honestly, I think every year as a coach you go in knowing that you put everything forward and your kids did too. And with that, there's nothing more you can do. It either goes your way or it doesn't. You just got to go out there and compete. I thought all the kids prepared very well. I think there's always places for us to improve as coaches and athletes. So we're definitely coming back next year with improvements to our training camp. And added things, maybe taking things out of it, but we're definitely gonna come back prepared better prepared next year. But I think overall, as I was walking in, I was very happy with how our training camp went and how these kids conducted themselves during the training camp and leading up to the tournament.
Yeah, I would agree. I think like Coach Vada said, every year you do everything you possibly can to prepare them, right? So I don't think I've ever finished a camp and gone, nah, I think we could have done more that year. I feel like this year was one of the better years for the camp as a whole. But for us specifically, right after Kids Pans and we see the losses, as people who've competed at that level, maybe not Kids Pans directly, but we've competed at some of the highest level in Jiu-Jitsu and been in the same position where you're not successful, you don't get the gold you're looking for. You feel it. You feel it with the kids for each loss. So with each loss that we saw, it was a big deal of we're going to get back and we're going to do everything we can to make sure next year is their year, with a lot of, especially these two being their last year next year before they go to the adult division. So
what if I could ask, so Jaxon, you've won gold at Pans before, and so this year you earned bronze. And what was the question for both of you guys? what does it feel like when you lose? You know, like do you take it personally? I think, oh man, thank you. What does it feel like when you lose? Like, do you take it personally? Do you feel like your identity is tied up in that? Like, like, kind of share that emotion a little bit. Because I was watching your guys' matches. They or your match, Jaxon. It looks like you handled it well. You know.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
very proud of that, by the way.
yeah, it sucks losing, obviously, because I felt like, I thought this was my year. You know, I worked really hard for it, but I always know that this next year and nothing's really gonna change if I win or lose. So.
What? How did
What do you mean by that? Nothing's gonna change if you win.
Like, I'm still gonna be the same person, still gonna have the same personality, everything. So there's no point of like downing yourself for losing.
How about you, Alyvia?
It hurts to lose, but like Jaxon said, like you're still the same person, and like you still have your teammates and your coaches. So like even though it hurts because you train that hard to like try your best to compete, like you're still gonna be the same person and have your teammates.
Do you? You know, one thing I've heard a lot is, you know, jiu-jitsu is just something you do. It's not who you are. You guys agree with that? Do you feel that way?
Not really.
You feel like jiu-jitsu is who you are?
Yeah, I feel like if someone asks me who I am, I'm gonna say like a jiu-jitsu athlete. I'm not gonna mention it. Like, I'm gonna mention it.
Let's go around the table and ask that question. Everyone, we'll start with Jaxon answer, professor, and then we'll go all the way through. What do you think?
What's the question?
The question is, do you agree with the statement jiu-jitsu is something you do, it's not who you are?
I would say I would agree that jiu-jitsu is who I am. Yes.
Okay.
It's a part of who I am. Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree too. It's who I am.
Yeah, I mean, that's currently what I'm writing my personal statement on about or law school.
What's the personal statement?
So, like, you have to explain who you are, and the entire thing involves jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu. I'm a jiu-jitsu. Like,
it involves jiu-jitsu. Majority of it is about coaching, but yeah, I would say the predominant part of it is jiu-jitsu.
I would have to agree because I feel like everybody that I've ever encountered with, at least in Dearborn, because I would say I know a lot of people. It's always, are you still doing jiu-jitsu? How is jiu-jitsu? Are you still coaching? Like, that's the first thing they always remember me as, is the person who does jiu-jitsu. So I would say that at a certain point, if everybody knows you for that, it's got to be a part of who you are.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way.
Really?
Yeah, I don't feel like, I think I think there's a vulnerability to it. Let's say on the way home we get in a car accident, I can't train anymore. You're no longer doing jiu-jitsu. So then your entire identity is erased in a single incident.
Yeah, that's true. But I think there's a lot of like, especially where they're at, right? Because like when I was in their position where I was competing and training for that, you kind of have to be in that mindset of this is what I'm living for, because that's the only way you're going to be able to effectively train at the intensity and level that they train at. You're not going to be able to do that unless you tell yourself, this is what I'm doing, this is who I am right now. Yeah.
So this is my mission at the moment. Well, and I agree with it. You know, obviously, I mean, you guys put in how many hours each week were you guys training?
The maximum? I don't know.
That's what?
100% effort. Maximum effort.
whatever the most amount of hours is.
I would say Jaxon was closer to 15.
Yeah. 15 hours a week. 15 hours a week.
Yeah, I'd say Jaxon was close to that. I'd say Alyvia was, because of cross country, was probably closer to like 10.
What when you guys entered the stadium, where was it? Was it that cat? I keep calling it a cattle ranch. Silver Spurs. Yeah. I don't know why I call it a cattle ranch thing. What was like when you're entering the mine? Do you guys have a specific warm up that you do, a ritual or anything that gets you ready for your matches at any tournament, not just Pans?
Well, when I was younger, Coaches Mia would always tell me like in her headphones, people would think she was thinking like listening to music, but actually like there would be no music. She would just hear the noise of the tournament. And like I've like also done that. Like sometimes I would listen to music, but I've like taken of what she told me and have like just listened to like the stadium, and, like get the feel of it.
With the headphones on.
Yeah. Because it like silenced out the noise, but like you can still hear the noise.
That's like a cloak and dagger technique. like I'll do that sometimes. Like I'll put my headphones in. Like if I'm just walking through the store and I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work because people are just oblivious, right? And I'll be like,
what relaxes you guys before competition, like competition day, when you're there in the building, or even maybe leading up? Like, what do you guys do that you find relaxes you before competition? Like the day before and day of.
Meditating. I'll meditate a little bit before, even like a day before. I'll do it.
15-year-olds meditate? Really?
13.
13, okay.
Yeah.
So what does that look like?
I don't know. I'll usually just sit like on a wall or wherever. Doesn't matter.
What are you thinking about during the meditation?
I'm thinking about my match, like how it's gonna go. I always envision my match before I go out there.
oh, visualization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My aunt told me
That's
that.
a good one. That's a great one. Yeah. Coach Jimmy, a lot of guys. Michael Phelps, Connor, a lot of those guys visualize.
What about you, Alyvia?
Everybody's different, but for me, it's just like acting like it's a normal day, like how like Coach Rrom, Coach Vaddis, and Jaxon, they talk so much, like they talk back a lot to us. So like having like a normal day, like where they're just like talking crap or just like acting like it's just like a normal day, helps me get through the day and through the tournament.
Do you guys when I compete, especially if it's a big tournament, I'll think about to your point about visualizing. I'll visualize the week of. I'll even dream about it a little bit. Do you guys ever have dreams when you're competing about your matches? No, none. You have a dream? Like I'll come home from training and I'll relive my match. Like I'll twitch and I'll reflex. Like I'll sprawl. Never
after your match.
No, well, but like both. Like as I'm training throughout the week and class, I'll go home thinking about that, and then I'll be reliving the match in my dream, and I'll physically twitch. A reflex,
Post, right?
I'm sorry.
Like after the match.
No, because I train before I compete.
Both.
So
you're reliving that.
Yeah, I mean I'll do it, but this had on the weekly every week.
No.
I'll do it. No, you guys don't none of that. Huh?
You know, I was curious when you guys compete. So when I compete, and it's cool because I can ask you guys this now because of how much competition experience you both have. First, obviously there's nerves, but when do the nerves hit you? Because everybody hits differently. So for me, I don't feel it until I get in the bullpen, and then when I step on the mat, all my nerves disappear. What does that look like for you guys?
I feel like my bad.
You can go first.
I feel like it's more of the anticipation for me. So I get really nervous before I step in the building, and then as soon as I step in, it's I feel fine. I'm normal. I'm ready to go.
Well, it's different now. Like when I was younger, I would get nervous the week before, or I would be super nervous till my match was done or during the match. But now it's the nerves went away until I stepped into the bullpen, and then once I stepped on the mat, it's you're just in the fight. So
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. So do you guys follow Jiu-Jitsu athletes?
No.
Do you? Okay. So there's
His question.
what's that? So there's big names in Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
You've heard of the name Gordon Ryan and things like that. So your coaches are not competing. They're just coaching right now, right?
A little bit. They
So-
compete sometimes.
Yeah, so they've jumped in and they've went through times when they're just focusing on competing. How do you guys see your coaches, and how do you guys how do you guys feel about being trained by coaches and getting the information? Do you ever think about, well, you're not competing right now either? There's a competition hat which you guys are wearing all day, every single day. That's all you do. That's all you think. That's all you train. They're not wearing that hat today. They're not wearing that hat during camp. So do you guys ever think about that? Do you guys ever question where their experience comes from and if it's the most current experience?
Yeah. I actually get mad. I'll get mad that they make us do all this and they're not even they're not really training for a competition or whatever. But I do know that they are experienced. And I know I just have to trust in them. So
Yeah, kind of like Jackson. Like you have to trust your coaches. Like I trust them a lot with my training, because at the end of the day, like they still know what they're doing. So it's just about trust.
You get mad at that? You get mad that they're
Yeah.
not competing, bro?
Yeah.
Homeboy just had like deviated septum surgery. What do you want him out there and go undo all that?
It's different when it's an injury, but I get it at school, but I don't know. Just makes me a little mad.
Yeah,
I feel like they should be competing with us. I know it's not their fault.
I mean, I'm competing this Sunday.
I know. That's why I'm excited.
One follow-up question. What does it take for a kid who's doing jiu-jitsu, who wants to get really good at it, and they want to win? What does it take for a kid to, like, put everything aside and have 100% trust in the coach? Whether they like it, they don't, it makes sense, it doesn't. What does it take for a kid to just let go and trust everything they're doing and saying and follow the coach?
Time. Like, once you spend enough time with them, you realize that, they're actually trying to help you, and you just learn to trust them over time.
Yeah, because we have like the bond with these coaches. So like a lot of time, like Jackson said, you have to get that bond with them and that connection, so you can like have the trust and see that they're trying to help you and make you better.
Yeah, both of you guys do a very good job of that. Like, even when I can see your faces like disagree, you still go, all right, I'm just gonna do it. Like, and that's something that's actually, it's a hard thing to do. And learning to be coachable is something that you guys did a very good job on. Training yourself to be coachable, writing coachable essays.
Question for Jibril and Fettis. You coached them for years. How have you seen them grow? Because I've never had anyone enroll their kid in the gym and be like, yo, I want them to win a world tournament. That kind of comes after. Normally it's things like focus, discipline, whatever. That's it, man. Yeah. I'm being overridden by key clicks. How have you seen them grow in character, not just skill?
Alyvia is actually my go-to example for trials. Whenever we have somebody new come in, I point at Alyvia and I go, that girl didn't speak to me for almost the first month of her jiu-jitsu. Almost the entire first month of her being signed up at Metro, did not talk to me. She was so shy, so scared. She would look, head down, no words.
Well, how old were you when you started?
9.
Yeah.
I think I was 8 turning 9.
You're Scarlett's age, eh?
Yeah. So she was a very shy kid when she started, and now she is basically running our baby pandas program. Like, not just coaching.
Thank you, by the way, because I would nix that program if it was. I'd be like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with 3-year-olds.
Jackson's also one of our kids' coaches over there for the baby pandas, and they do a really good job.
Did you get offended by that? I see like a little. I see like he's kind of sassy over there.
But no, both of these kids
she's
have
been
grown a lot.
put it. Like, didn't you just come on as a coach?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Just
Literally like 2 weeks ago.
Just checking.
No, but both of these kids have grown a lot, and whenever I look at old pictures, I forget how long I've been with them. Like, they've been with us for 7 years now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So, core memory of Alyvia, Jackson, you as well, of course, but Alyvia and Reyna, like during the government overreach and the of COVID, that was we had Zoom classes, and it was like we did like jiu-jitsu drilling and everyone at first was like cool, during week 6 after the 2 weeks to flatten the curve, it was only Alyvia and Jacob on the call, like consistently you guys were on there, and it was Alyvia and Jacob, her little brother Jacob, on the call every night. I'm like, man, but we were working out for like probably, how long were they, an hour?
I think so, yeah. No.
Yeah, and I just remember you guys like in your basement, you had like pillows to kind of cushion your rolls and things. I'm like, man, and that's a core memory with Alyvia coming through, and now you can have you have probably one of the core stories of I did jiu-jitsu through COVID. I don't know how many people can say that. How many kids can say that for sure.
Both of these kids have I've always been competition focused. I feel like even when Alyvia was terrified, she jumped right into the Michigan Open, like only a few months after her signing up, and uh, since then they both just went at it every year. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think both of them have grown a lot. And I think one thing that I'll always remember is it was maybe I was a blue belt. Maybe 2021. We went to compete at a Fuji. It was in Ann Arbor, really, really hot in this place. And Alyvia got like cranked.
It
on
was
her neck.
like 100 degrees.
It was
Cracked her
Yeah.
tooth.
It was so.
Is that small building?
Yeah.
No,
and I
it
was
was
like-
huge.
No, it was it was like a big soccer
wasn't-
field.
But where we were was very small.
It was on the those glassed-in soccer fields, like it's like a hockey
Like
rink
indoor
with turf.
soccer
It's like
fields.
that.
Yeah.
But like she cracked her tooth, and I was like 100% sure she was never competing again. And then 2 years later, she was in the finals at Kids Pants. So that's something that I would say she grew with over time. And for Jaxon, I would say he became a lot more coachable, a lot more respectful, and a lot like he wasn't a disrespectful kid, but you can always tell that Jaxon always had something to say. And then he started to learn how to just listen and learn. And then as he did that, you see everything start to shoot up. He became a leader in the gym. Kids started to look up to him a lot more because when you're the oldest on your team in the room, kids are always going to look at you and say, okay, what this person's doing is okay. With this, so they're role models to all the younger kids.
Yeah.
So you have to, and it's hard to do that at a young age because you want to still have fun, do what you want to do, whatever, but you have to remember that. And I think both of them took that role in a very good way, and they're great role models for our little lions and our baby pandas.
Well, Jaxon also took a leadership role this year during Pans Camp. Not just to the younger kids, but even to, he's the highest rank on the team right now. And he took a leadership role even amongst the other 12-year-olds. Like, he was a big help with Xavier, with Samuel, with Rayan.
And I noticed that when Jaxon and some of the other kids were training, they were like, I would commonly come in and see them rolling with kids that they were clearly better than, and they're helping out their team so much more. And that's definitely a leadership role.
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
When you're growing a team or managing a team, as the team starts to get better, stronger, more mature, now their personalities start to grow, their confidence starts to grow. And it's not just about teaching jiu-jitsu, it's about managing like personalities, because you're getting older, they have more of a voice, and it's not like, they speak up.
Yeah.
So over the last year, as this group of kids have matured, can you talk to us about what you guys have learned and how that transition's been coaching kids that now are, it's a little bit more of a conversation versus like do it and they're just too afraid to talk back.
Yeah.
Like, have you guys grown as coaches? What have you learned, and what are you going to take into the next group of kids?
I think that's a great, your relationship with your kids, like the kids you're coaching, are very important. And I think the difference between us and a lot of other gyms is us two have been through the kids program. So we know how it is, but also we're not super far in age from these kids.
You guys have. Let me just clarify. You guys have been. You were dragged through with a ball and chain.
But you go through it no matter what.
Yeah, right.
So we have the experiences. We've been through it. And like growing up, I've done a bunch of different sports, and my coaches have always been significantly older. And then for us, it's like you can't talk back to anybody older because it's just disrespectful. But I think because we have
religiously, you speak.
Culturally.
yeah.
Culturally.
You can say both.
Yeah.
But
Culturally?
Both.
yeah.
So the Arabs I see talking back to people are like they're just ignoring their culture. Is that okay?
Culturally, if you see an older person, no matter what they say,
What is considered older? I guess like that would be.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
We have this conversation all the time. I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Depends what's at stake, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So I think one thing is having open conversations with them and being able to have an open conversation and them saying, okay, coach, why are we doing this, without your ego getting in the way and just saying, you know what, I know more than you, and just explaining it.
Yeah.
Right. Being able to have that conversation with the kids because they're older. And as you get older, they can talk and speak without being disrespectful, as long as the tone they're using, the words they're using are right. And I think all these kids, I've never had a kid come up to me and start yelling, coach, this doesn't make sense. They've always questioned maybe why we're doing this, and I explain it, okay, cool, we're back to doing it. But I think being open to having that conversation and just letting your ego aside and just explaining, because some people like to know what they're doing and why rather than just how to do it, right? So I think it's good to explain why you're doing it, and then hopefully that helps them. It sticks with them a lot easier in the muscle memory and just understanding what they're doing. But I'd say that's the biggest thing, is just remembering that we're here to teach, and in order to teach, I think one thing I learned early from you, Professor Mohammed, was good leaders let other people lead, and in order to let other people lead, you have to give them a voice to speak up to. So you can't just shun everybody out and say no, you can't speak. You're the kid. You just have to listen. You have to give them a platform to voice their opinion on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. For me, I was the kid who was always had questions, and like the way I grew up, and it was you were not allowed to question. If you didn't understand why we were doing something, that's tough. You just had to.
Where you
suck it
grew up?
up.
Where?
Like just my
You
jiu-jitsu.
better not be attacking
In-
my
in-
household
in-
because
in-
you got a
in-
voice in the
your-
household.
in your house.
No, in sports.
Okay.
In
thank you.
sports. At
I was
home,
about to
actually.
jump across that table.
No. At home, I will say my parents, and this is why I'm like this. My parents raised me where they over-explained to me things where like other parents would tell them, "Why are you telling that? He's 3 years old. He doesn't need to know why we're going where we're going." So because of how my parents,
telling my 3-year-old why I'm going.
because because that's how my parents raised me, I always like to understand, and when I understood, it was easier. So when I have kids come up to me and like, "Coach, why are we doing this?" To me, it's like I would ask the same question. And so I actually enjoy when they ask questions. Like when the kids will ask, "Why do we do this?" I love that question because I get to explain why we're doing something, and like something like even Jaxon said he was surprised to hear, like, which is good. Like when I told the kids, we don't just come up with a plan on the spot. It's not like we walk in and are like, "Huh, what do we want to do today?"
You thought they were winging it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So it's like it's good for them to know that we put prep into this, we plan it, and then also like these kids, I've developed a very good relationship with. I look at a lot of them like younger siblings. Jaxon is like almost identical to Isa, so it's it's like literally having another younger brother. And Alyvia and Amina are so similar, so it's like all the kids, you guys are like younger siblings, and it's real easy to just talk to you guys normally. So I think that's been a big thing for why like it was just easy for me. Okay, question for you two. So, what was different this year that you know you're going to make an adjustment to next year for your training? It's like, what's something you did this year that you're like, okay, I'm going to step it up in this area next year?
Can it be like my
Or anything.
anything?
Anything.
My guards. Like genuinely, my part of my jiu-jitsu game, my guards is I just feel like they're not good enough for the people that I go against. So
What's your guard? What's your flavor?
I like Alyvia, but I usually just play close guard, definitely. So
All right.
close guard.
How about you, Olivia?
For me, it's like my posture, cause like I understand like the passing, and I always get stuck in like having my posture up, and like me and Coach Real talked about like our eyes looking up, posture and stuff, but it's just like I need to work on that more, cause I always like get in my head about it.
The posture I talk about a lot, and I know Jaxon, you're doing some form of strength training, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Olivia, you doing the same, or are you doing just the cardio?
No, we do strength training
What
with the cardio.
What do you guys do for strength training at your age?
Well, I just go to the gym.
Okay, like you just walk around and like you know take pace selfies. Like what? Like are we squatting? Are we deadlifting? Are we just like doing kettlebells? Are we push-ups, calisthenics, pull-ups?
I honestly train like a bodybuilder.
So you're deadlifting?
I don't deadlift at
They
all.
don't deadlift.
So we have a gross misunderstanding of bodybuilding. I'm just playing. You squat though.
Yeah.
Bench press?
Yes.
Pull-ups?
Yes.
Okay, that's solid. Olivia?
Yeah, kind of like Jaxon.
You squat, bench press, and pull-ups. I don't know, but like you know, you got decades in that world. How young is too young to start strength training, weight training, I should say?
10, 11, 12. I mean, that's when I started introducing it to
That's
my
when
kids.
they start.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Like without the deadlift or the squat, absolutely.
Yeah. Bench press.
You know,
Okay.
one thing I saw from one of these athletes, their parents that made them work out, was they gave them PVC pipes just to get the form down at 10 and 11, and
Yeah.
then by 12 they're able to properly lift without hurting themselves. I think that's a good way to start if you feel like you're too young. On top of body weight workouts, they're still doing push-ups, sit-ups, stuff like that. But when you want to incorporate how to learn how to lift, you just like PVC pipes, real light. You're not gonna hurt yourself. Get the form down, and you learn how to lift.
So who outside of your coaches has been one of the most important people in your jiu-jitsu journey? Like when you guys are happy, when you guys are sad, when you're motivated, when you're unmotivated. Who's been that person outside of Coach Jabril and Coach Faddis that has, like, for some reason, they know how to say the right thing and do the right thing to keep you going, to pick you up, or to say, get off your butt and let's go? Like, who, you guys each have one person that is like one or two people that, looking back, have been helpful in keeping you going from like this to essential natural born killers?
Of course. It's obviously my parents.
Which, if you had to pick one?
I'm not.
You,
no.
you know,
No.
no,
Come on,
you
come on,
don't-
give us
you
one.
You don't have to
That's
pick.
smart.
You don't have to pick one.
But not pick.
It's smart.
But it's just whenever I would want to take days off, or whenever I would want to like just honestly just quit jiu-jitsu, both of my parents would always just help me back up, and they would literally force me to go to make sure, like, to make me enjoy it. So
How often?
Yeah.
How often do you think about quitting jiu-jitsu?
now, never. I don't think I ever really want to quit jiu-jitsu, but when I was younger, around like 10 or 11, I definitely had like down years or down months. It just didn't feel like I really wanted to do it anymore. But after I won Kids Pants, it like kind of spiked up a little bit. Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about you, Alyvia?
Same as Jack. Like my parents, even my like siblings, like my two little brothers, because like they'll always like be like, "Oh, do you jiu-jitsu today?" And like even my youngest brother Frankie, I'll be like, "Yeah, I have to go today." And he'll be like, "Really? Why can't you just stay home and play Roblox with me?" I'm like, I really can't. Like I would choose Roblox, but I can't. Like I have somewhere. Like I have to stick to my training. And then Jacob, like he used to like not like training a lot, but now like this year I've seen like he likes to come and train. He'll be like you're going to jiu-jitsu right today? I was like even when I didn't feel good or like I didn't want to train that day because I was too tired, we were like, we gotta go, like let's go. Like, and my parents, like they're like it's time to get ready. Like, we gotta go.
Yeah, I when I train with Coach Faddis, Coach Nazmi, Coach Jabril, like it's the best feeling in the world, training with your family, because it's like you really do something so amazing and you do something you enjoy. I can see that. I can see that when you guys train together, and I'm really like you're lucky when you get to train with your family, because you actually make family in jiu-jitsu, but you can't always choose who trains. So your brother's definitely getting dialed in. Definitely, he's definitely like self-motivated and taking ownership of the training. Like he's a real. I feel like he's a big sleeper, just waiting to like turn into a giant.
This happened to Alyvia.
Yeah.
One summer. All it took for her to get.
I feel like that happened to Jaxon. Like his mom ordered him those goatskin rash guards, and she's like, "Hey, do you have any extra?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, what's he wearing? Like a youth large, or she's like, "No, he's 155 now." I was like, "Oh, so he's bigger than Ferris." Got it. Okay, got it.
So, coaches, who picks you guys up? So I was with you guys at Pans. We lost, 16 out of 17 medals. As for me, gold is a medal, and that's what we're shooting for. Because if somebody gets second or third place, it's something that you could put on your wall, but no competitor wants anything other than gold. Yeah. No coach wants anything other than gold. We can chalk them up. But when we leave there and you have that, which was like, it was suck the wind out of you. It sucked the wind out of me. And, I talked to, dozens and dozens of parents from different organizations and different teams. Like, we all feel the same thing. Who picks you guys back up? And what do you guys do to recalibrate and stay committed, stay focused, and it feels like starting all the way from the bottom and right back up? Because you essentially, when you lose, you can question everything that you've done and say, what the heck am I doing? Put aside some of the kids, maybe they took time off. Put aside, some they just weren't dialed in. Like they might not have been as committed as, these two or some of the other ones. But what do you guys do as coaches to pick yourself back up?
You guys just got to remember why you do what you do. Like the reason why you coach. And the reason why I coach, like I talked to the kids about this last week, I think it's important to know why your coach coaches. Because if you're somebody that's very competition focused and your coach is just there to get paid, they're doing it as a job, you're not going to go far because your coach isn't going to go the extra mile. So just remembering why I coach, and the reason that I coach is I want to help these kids get as far as they can and keep that passion they have for the sport. Because as you go through a bunch of coaches can make or break a sport. I've been a part of so many different sports programs, football, soccer, basketball, all of it. And I've had bad coaches that just made me want to quit the sport entirely. Like I just couldn't take working with them. It made me lose the passion for that sport. And I want to be the reason that these kids continue. So among all the medals and everything, it's great to get gold. But as a coach, you also have to remember the improvement that they made. And you have to push them without making them feel bad about how they performed. Because at the end of the day, when a coach is like that, like they're always just looking at the result and they're not looking at how much you've improved, how you perform, because sometimes you do good and you just lose. That pushes you away from that sport. Or if the coach just, you lost and doesn't want to work with you as much before, so now they move on to the next kid, that makes you feel like, okay, am I only here for you to get the medal? You just have to remember why you coach, and it's beyond these tournaments. These tournaments are a big part of what we do, but it's because it keeps the passion alive for these kids, and it's what they want.
Yeah. Jaxon, what did I say to you guys about two people can be good?
Oh, I got hyped after this because it was a cool quote. He said, 2 things can be good, but 1 thing can just be better.
So I think this is...
Did you make that up yourself?
Mine, that's what I do.
Can we put your name behind that
Just
one?
quote that on.
One of Coach Jabril's quotes.
Yeah,
Probably heard that somewhere.
We got quotes from Homer and Plato and something like that. right below. Right, philosophy.
But I think
that was profound, eh? That hit you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so sometimes you can be the best you possibly could be. Somebody else just did better that day. And so I think this ties back into what you asked us earlier about do you identify yourself as just jiu-jitsu? Yes, I'm a jiu-jitsu athlete and a coach, but that's not determined on how good I am or how good I compete or the results of the tournaments. There's so much more to being a part of jiu-jitsu than just that. So when it comes to watching these kids compete, I'm proud of the way they compete, and then I also know how hard they work and how bad they want it. So it's I'm not even thinking about anything other than when we get back, what changes do I as a coach need to make, and what changes to the program, to the drilling, what can I do to help them get better? That's my first thought instantly. Is I like to first identify, and I told the kids that they should do this too. It's very good. First thing before when anything happens, look at where you could do better. Before you blame anybody else, before you look at whose fault it was, before you look at anything, what could I have done better? And then when you start there, it's easy to build a list of what can we do better when everybody puts their eyes first. What can I do better? What can I do better? Okay, cool. This is what we can all do better as a team. Let's make it happen next year.
Who do you guys have? They have a coach. Everybody should have a coach or a voice or a set of eyes. Who do you guys have outside of each other on top of you that you let look at what you're doing or give you feedback or suggestions or criticism, whatever you want to call it? Do you guys have anybody like that outside of each other? Because I know you guys do.
Yeah, we do a lot of hey, that checking each other, confirming, making sure curriculum looks good. For me, it's Coach Bruno. I call Coach Bruno pretty, I don't want to say regularly because it's not all a weekly basis, but if I ever have a question about curriculum, technique, hey, I'll call him and say, hey, Coach, what are you doing with your kids? What can I be doing differently? I actually have to call him this week because I'm going to plan some stuff for the kids for camp and training moving forward.
You're not just gonna wing it. No. Okay, it's good.
How
It's
about
good.
you?
I would say for me, it's you. I say Professor Mohammed, because you're always asking us, when are we training? Are you guys staying to train? Can we go over this move? Can we do this? And I think that's a part of coaching is you still have to be active in training, right? It's good to be active in competition and training like whenever you can. And I think you always asking us if when we're training, if we're training, and then always getting a match. And when we are training, I think that definitely helps. And it also helps that you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 something years now, so bouncing ideas off of you is a lot. It's helps a lot too.
That is a good point because the other day we were drilling a little bit, and I've been working on this like little series or sequence of moves, and I tried it with like 5 different people, and for some reason I just wasn't getting what I wanted. So even though we're different sizes, I got on the mat with Coach Faddis, and I started working for 5 minutes, and you get a realistic feel and grip of like what is going to happen in that scenario, whether it be he has one grip or you have one grip. But just training with black belts is definitely having black belts on the mat it elevates everybody's level of skills, and it goes all the way down to the whatchamacallit. So when you're not trying to kill me, you're actually very helpful.
So I have a question. You guys, over the past couple of years, you guys have lost coaches, you've lost students, and kids, you've lost teammates. You know, whether they quit or they moved on to a different sport or they found a different school. How does that play into if you've been coaching for any length, you've lost students. We've had students come from other schools, and we've had students leave and go to other schools because for one reason or the other. How do you interpret that? How do you view that? What's your view on that? How do you because that hurts. As a coach, you're like, okay, that hurts. And then as teammates, you guys, these are, like your family of sorts. So how does that make you guys feel as well, if and when that happens? And then the follow-up question is, how do you welcome people who are new to the team? Like I'll take Journey. She
I'm gonna use Journey as a great example. Yeah. So first, I'll start with your first question. We make like a dua, which is like Arabic for prayer, all the time, which is like, Ya Allah, keep people who are good for us with us, and keep those who are not good for us away from us, and bring those who would be beneficial to us. That's a prayer that my mom used to make all the time, and I started to do as well. And I feel like it hurts when you lose a student. Every time I've lost somebody who's been with us for a while, whether it's to different sports, whether it's to different gyms, whether it's to quitting sports altogether, it does hurt. You lose somebody who you you learn to love these kids, right? So you lose somebody who you've been with for a while. But for me, I just believe that there's always a bigger reason than I can comprehend. So there's going to be something that was playing, or something that maybe I just didn't understand. So I never look at the person negatively. We've had students leave all the time. I mean, even one of our most recent students who left did it in a very respectful way, right? Came to us and said, "Hey, coach, this is the decision we're making," and I respect that.
Sure.
For me, as long as you're training jiu-jitsu, I'm happy. Metro might not be your thing.
Sure.
As long as you're training jiu-jitsu, but for us, we're very big on the people who are around you are meant to be around you, right? I'm very blessed to have these 2 kids, 1,000%, right? Our kids program is built around these kids. They've been role models.
Especially the pandas.
Yeah, they do run our pandas program. I mean, just an example, my sisters used to run that program, and when they left, there was a gap in that program. I think these 2 have done a very good job filling that gap. Same with Evelyn. So you just never know who's meant to be around. And I told Journey the same thing. When Journey joined, she fit. It feels like she's been with us a lot longer than a year.
Yeah.
She just fit right in. And she's actually done a good job of getting a lot of some of the kids to hang out more.
She was nervous, man. Yeah. I know, because I think her first was New Breed, her first tournament.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and that was
first tournament ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a small tournament? That was. That was ridiculous.
Kids Pans was like only like her third tournament ever.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coach Jibril pretty much said everything the right way. I think everybody has their own reasons for leaving. I think the biggest thing is if you ever leave, like you said, leave in the right way. Talk to the coaches for two reasons. One, you guys can like maintain a good relationship, and then if it's something that maybe we just weren't providing, we can work on that. Right? It gives us at least something to work off of, rather than people just leave and now nobody knows why or how we can improve to prevent that from happening again.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can be something as simple as, maybe they felt like the kids weren't focused as much or some people were messing around. Then that's something that we can rein in and say, all right, guys, we need to focus this, and we can fix what the reason why they left to hopefully retain everybody else, right? And sometimes people go for you to grow, and there's not much more for
People
that.
go
For you to just grow, like you learn from it. So like somebody might leave and now you understand, okay, they left for this reason. I need to improve on it. And now I get to keep all the other kids. Versus if maybe they stay for a long time and now more people leave in batches because you just never improved on what was wrong already. So I think at the end of the day, we need to always have that conversation. If anyone is planning on leaving, leave on good terms. And then there's no reason to be mad about it. You can be upset because, like Coach Jibri said, you've been with these kids, these members, for a very long time. So it hurts to see them go, but it's necessary. And if they believe it's what's best for you, that's what everyone's here to do. You do what's best for you, and everyone's just got to, keep following suit.
How about you guys?
I do. I want to move to the kids, but then I want to bring it back because I want to have a follow-up question for you guys because there could be like almost sounds like two different things that we're saying. We're saying move those away from us who are bad from us, but then do it so that we can improve. So I want to come back to it. I'm going to put a bookmark there. How do you guys feel about losing and gaining teammates?
So obviously my teammates were big friends of mine, and when I found out they left or they're leaving, it obviously hurts. I don't mean to sound like rude or anything, but it kind of feels like you're being betrayed a little bit because they're obviously switching gyms, and I don't usually find out from them. I usually found out from my parents, but it obviously sucks. But you have to realize that Jiu-Jitsu doesn't make your friendship, or it doesn't make you friends. You have to realize that just because you guys are going to different gyms doesn't mean that you guys can't be friends anymore or whatever. So
contrary to popular belief.
You just have to move on. You just have to move on from it, and
what I think that's to the point. I will just add, Jaxon, like the feeling of, you're not wrong for having that feeling of betrayal, because there's loss. So whenever there's loss, it's a very natural thing to, at first it's like anger, right? Like that would be anger, and so you're kind of mad about it, and then you can get kind of mad about it, but it's a natural thing. It doesn't, it's not wrong to have that feeling. But how you maintain those relationships. I mean, we have people I still keep in touch with, dozens of people, from all types of schools, from Detroit, of course, from 10th Planet, guys that I've matched against, and they, we're still tight. And I know, if they need it, I hope they would know if they need anything from me, just reach out, and vice versa. So, Alyvia.
Like Jaxon said, it hurts a lot to lose a teammate, because it's like losing a family member. Because even though jiu-jitsu, you're fighting against your teammates, training and making yourself better, you still have that bond with them, because you guys are a big huge family. So it hurts a lot, but like what they said, you can't change the fact that they're gonna leave, or what they're gonna do. You just have to stick with it. And not let it affect yourself.
So I want to come back to, if I say the sour grapes theory, do you know what I'm talking about?
You have to explain that.
So sour grapes theory is, hey, you have a bag of grapes. And, hey, can I have some grapes? And say no. Those grapes are probably sour anyway.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So the sour grapes theory of, on the prayer that you're saying is, bring those who are good for us to us, and move those who are bad from us away from us. Followed by, well, if they left, then what can I learn and stay on good terms to those things. So how do you blend those two? Because at first it can seem like a paradox, right? Like
I
two
actually
opposing
think they work
things. So how
together.
do you blend those two, or how do you quantify them?
So that's actually a good question. So one thing I want to make clear is when we say keep those who are not good for us away from us, it doesn't mean they're bad or we're on bad terms. It just means that we might not. It's like the same thing. Like I use like a relationship. If two people are not good together in a relationship, doesn't mean that they hate each other. Doesn't mean that they should dislike each other. They just weren't meant together. They could still be connected. They can still learn from that, right? If you're in a relationship, it doesn't work. You learn from that relationship and you say, what could we do better for the future? We just weren't meant for each other, you know? And I think it's the same way.
Like pickles and tuna.
Yeah.
Good separate, not great together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're good together.
No, that's you guys are nasty. Bringing up weird foods.
Tuna's gross just overall.
Yeah,
I agree.
So are pickles.
Your palate is still developing. You'll be all right.
But yes, I think a big part of it is like, I've seen like there are people who leave us and they leave on really good terms and we stay really well connected, and it's better for, it might have been better for us as like friends that we just didn't stay together and in training together, you know? They're happy, we're happy, we're still friends, everything's cool. And then I've also seen people leave us and for some reason they feel a need to trash people who they leave. And I see it in everything, not just in jiu-jitsu.
At every school. It happens at every school.
Every school, every type of like relationship could be friends, like marriage, anything, but people leave and they feel a need to like trash where they came from. And it's like, guys, there's nothing wrong with saying that's where I started or that's where I was. It didn't work out for me. I had a good time when I was there. Or if you didn't, you just say it wasn't right for me. Right? It's a different story if you were actively wrong, but even in my opinion, if like you were actively wrong, you don't go around just spewing that, right? Address it with the person who you had an issue with, and if you didn't or choose not to, then that was on you. You keep it to yourself. Don't go talk about it behind people's back, or if you have an issue, say something. Have the conversation privately, and then be adults, you know?
Which could be, you know, we've had people leave in crazy terms. I remember one belt promotion. I don't even remember the kid's name now. This is like 3 or 4 years ago. We did belt promotion.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I don't even remember his name.
I don't.
And the dad was a lunatic. Like, I would say that to his face. He was a lunatic, and he didn't get promoted. And he grabs his son and he's like, "Come on, we're out of here," because the son didn't get promoted. I was like, "You're gonna go far. You're gonna go really far with that attitude."
He's no longer training jiu-jitsu.
Of course he's not. Of course he's not. Yeah. Like, and so, of course he's not. Yeah. You know, and so we talk about identity a lot. Identity of jiu-jitsu, identity of ranking. Let's actually touch on that. How do you guys feel about belts? Are they important to you?
Not really.
Do belts matter?
No, I mean I don't really care about belts.
Jaxon, we're like this, you know, like we're like okay, all right, Alyvia, do they matter?
Not really. It's like mainly focused on my technique. Like I'm more focused on like just training. Like I'm not so focused on like the promotions.
We raised them all.
Okay, gi or no gi?
Gi, 100%.
Oh, no gi for sure.
Okay, all right,
Not that well.
All right. Take down or guard pull.
Come on, take down all the way.
Take down.
Let's just go back to the year Jaxon won.
Okay.
Hang on, let's go back to the year Jaxon won. He pulled guard.
Well, he's matured. And
let's
he's
also
grown.
quote Jaxon 10 seconds ago. He needs to work on his guard.
He's entered the age of enlightenment now.
I would also play takedowns if I had a bad guard too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
crazy.
That's wild. That's outlandish. So all right, we asked Anya and Evelyn. Same questions for you guys. What does the future hold? What would you like to see the future hold for you guys in terms of your jiu-jitsu career, competition career, if any, if that's something we see it going, and then professional career?
Golds everywhere.
Okay. All golds all the time. Okay. All right. And the competition status.
Yeah.
But how about like, so what, competing well into adulthood? Take it all the way through black.
Say that again?
You plan to compete all the way through black?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alyvia?
Same as Jaxon, like competing a lot. And like being coaching a lot. 'Cause,
Coaching.
like I really love coaching, like the kids and stuff.
Okay. Well, and thank you for coaching those 3-year-olds. Hey, you're 13, 14, 13?
14.
14? All right. And I think that 3-year-old's a tough class. What do you guys have? Evelyn actually expressed interest. She said she wants to coach and open up a school one day. Is that in the cards for you guys? You see it in the cards?
I think it would be cool to open my own gym, but I think I would want to stay with Metro. And like,
Well, those are not bipolar opposites. You know what I'm saying? Like they could, there's opportunities there. How cool would that be to have an affiliate, like a first affiliate Metro? That one of the kids came up from white belt kids
Black
to
belt.
actually open, or you don't have to be black belt in school. Common misconception: you do not need to be a black belt to open up a jiu-jitsu academy.
My kids will be black belts before they open up a jiu-jitsu academy.
I tell you what, when you get your purple and that's something you want to do, you come talk to me.
If
Okay,
you go
like
to Coach David at 17 years old, 18 years old, asking to open up a gym, I will tell you no.
I'll come. All right. And I'll help you do it, and then our team will be his team. That's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it going. It'll be fine. But to that point though, right? I think because there is a competition skill set and there's a coaching skill set, and the best competitors don't always make the best coaches, and vice versa. So you have, I'll use Dion. Dion, I think, is an exception. He's a great competitor, but also a really good coach.
Yeah, he does a good job at that.
He does a good job at both, right? But then there's Dion Thompson, who's you can't whisper about him into the mic. He's like, who is Dion?
Yeah, I got it.
He's the one who runs it.
You competed at his tournament, the Rrom Jiu-Jitsu, like okay. So I think he does a really good job of both, but it's difficult to be all in on both, that. So because coaching requires a certain amount of focus and concentration, and then training appropriately for high level like that requires an equal amount too. So where does that land with you guys?
It's doable. Coach Bruno does it too.
And Alvarez, of course. Yeah.
So like both of our heads of our affiliates, like Coach Alvarez, who we're directly underneath, still actively competes and coaches full time, and so does Coach Bruno. It's very doable. For us, I told the kids I made a commitment. So long as I get into law school early enough in the cycle, I plan on giving myself that 8 months, as long as I have enough time to train for Worlds, before I start law school
Next year.
Yeah, for next year's Worlds, which means I'd have to qualify. If I don't, I will plan to hit a different major, but I do want to hit a major next year before I start.
Oh, because you're adult.
Because I'm an adult, so I have to qualify. So I have to hit like 5 golds beforehand, right?
Something
like that. 3 golds.
It's
before,
3 or 5.
Something like before I qualify. So I told him I'm already training for it in terms of like the weightlifting. I was leaving the gym 6 a.m. yesterday, 6:30 today.
I'm asking chat. In fact, I'm curious if this will work. This works 50% of the time, all the time. Let's check it out. Keanu's gonna love this. He wants to see live. Yeah, it'll work. Hey, chat. How many gold medals does an adult black belt in jiu-jitsu need to earn before they qualify for the world tournament?
Good. Chat is so terrible for
She's
us.
thinking. She's thinking.
It makes us so bad.
Oh, I gotta mute myself. Yeah, because otherwise it's picking up all the. Yeah, I know. We need to be done talking. All right, uno más. Hey, chat. How's it going?
I'm just gonna look.
Hey there, it's going great on my end. Sounds like you've got a pretty fun interview lined up, so I'm excited to help out. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yeah, we're actually talking about Coach Jablil that wants to compete at the Jiu-Jitsu World Tournament as an adult black belt, but he's got to qualify. What's the rules now? I know they just changed them. How many gold medals does he need to qualify for that?
That is weird.
What's weird, Jackson?
My wife doesn't like her.
So as of right now, the IBJJF has indeed updated some of their qualification rules. Typically for an adult black belt to qualify for Worlds, they need to earn ranking points through other IBJJF tournaments. Usually that means they need at least one significant medal win, like a gold medal at a major IBJJF event. Pan Ams, Europeans, Brazilian nationals are similar, but they do tweak these requirements occasionally. So in short, Jabril will likely need at least one solid gold at a major qualifying event to secure his spot at Worlds. Definitely worth keeping an eye on the official IBJJF announcements, just in case they adjust anything else.
So it's based on ranking, not the amount of medals. It's based on your ranking points.
You need 80 ranking
Exactly.
points.
You've got it.
You need 80, and you get about 9 per gold.
You need 80?
No, sometimes you get 27 per goal.
Depends on
sometimes
the
you get
year.
9.
It depends on the year. Right
Sometimes
now,
you
I
get
think we're in the
18.
first.
Eight?
It depends on
What
what
did 80 divided by 9? Was that 9?
I don't know.
Like, it depends on the year we're in. Right now, we are in the ×3 season, so we're in the last year. So if I was to do it, and I catch some gold this year, next year.
What is the ×3 season?
So
bonus points?
The IBJJF seasons work. The year goes from worlds to worlds. So in 2023 to 2024, you earn just your 139 points per gold. In 2024 to 2025, you earn 2 times that. So you'll earn 2, 6, and 18. And then in 2024, 2025, you'll earn 3 times that many. So you'll get
27.
3,
9,
9, 27.
Is it the third year that drops off every?
So after this year's Worlds, we'll go back to 1. And this is to allow people who join later in the year to be able to catch up on the ranking.
So
points.
they do
3-year season or 3-year seasons.
Has that always been that way?
Mm-hmm.
So that is bizarre. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And the points reset every 3 years.
They reset every 3 years. Okay.
So it's
I
like 3
see.
in a review.
I see. So I see. Huh. And you need 80. So you need 4.
Well, this year I would only need
4. 3. Oh, 3. 27
3.
times 3. 60. 71. You need 4.
Oh yeah, sure.
Or 4, 3, and a silver.
But essentially, you need 4 tournaments.
Yeah.
But I did tell them that I plan on
But gi and no gi count as 1. So you go to
Different
they're
points.
different points.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wow.
I did tell them that.
But
I was
Nogi
gonna
Worlds
talk
you
for it.
don't have to qualify for.
No gi
Only-
worlds, you
yeah.
only gi.
Only Gi Worlds. you
But
have to
if
qualify.
I did train for Nogi Worlds, I would already have been hopefully in law school by then, so I won't be able to do that. So I have to prep to qualify for Gi Worlds, which is going to be a goal of mine as soon as I get accepted in.
Okay. That's insane.
That was too much math.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Was too much.
too much.
You said like 27, 9, 8.
What is that? Well, I mean, it's like
Never
fourth
said
grade.
8.
Fourth grade math. But they
That's too much.
do you guys
Alyvia.
I had a question and it slipped my mind. Jaxon, we have yours is the only one on flow. Are you can you give us a breakdown and a walkthrough as I'm going to put it on the TV behind you, and can you walk us through it as I pull it up?
Yeah,
It's going to be we can pull up the I'll give you a choice. We can pull up your first or your second. Which one do you want?
Oh, first.
Okay. All right, let me see. Willman. I got you. Do you remember his name? Is it Daniel Santos?
Yeah.
Full 6 minute match here. Okay. No. Oh, hang tight. All right, here we go.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Articulate arm. Just do not arm bar this, Jackson.
I don't think I've seen him do an armbar in a minute.
Literally did arm bar the other day.
Literally did it.
They always get the names wrong.
I know you're Umar apparently for this.
That was actually a tough match beforehand.
And that guy is huge. That kid is huge.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah,
He's
tall.
pulling for sure. Thank you, ref. All right, go ahead, narrate for us. I'm doing all the talking.
All right, so obviously just got a penalty right there.
He did because he sat without gripping you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do we start the match? I know he's obviously gonna pull guard again, so try to stay back a little bit. Well, with him, did I get points for that? Or
Yeah,
advantage?
you got
Advantage.
advantage.
Okay.
Advantage. Man, that
I'm trying
kid's
to-
tall.
I'm
You
trying to
guys
stay
are
off
the
the guard,
same
but-
weight. He's
Yeah.
huge.
This is how it always is. I always get people a lot taller than me.
You should see the guy who won gold.
He was
Made
he was
Jackson
not
look
that
real
big.
small.
Okay, dude.
See Professor Muhammad and the crew in the back. That bright yellow shirt, it's easy to spot. Looks like a ref.
Except for all the refs wear suits here.
Well, I should say media. The media.
So what are you feeling right here? He's got a closed guard. What do you think?
I'm nervous because I have like a reputation of always getting caught in triangles, but I've always been working on it a lot. So.
I wouldn't brag about that, Jackson.
I know. I'm not bragging about that.
I feel like you've worked on that a lot.
Yes, I have. So I feel nervous because I get intimidated really easily. Like if someone's a lot taller than me, like this guy, he's, I get a little scared. But
good pressure.
I just gotta put that aside.
Yeah, look, he's got the body lock on you, man. Like, and he's not allowed to have the body lock without an active attack, right?
No, he can.
He can't just squeeze. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was penalized at a tournament for that. This kid is how tight? He's got to be like pushing 6 foot almost.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and the gi makes it really tricky, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's time. Playing lasso.
Coach Ferris, what are you shouting?
Guards open.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh. Dude, that was slick.
Dude, Coach Ferris is absolutely freaking out about that.
Yeah, look at that. Like he is tweeting. Man. Is the other
Jackson doesn't listen.
Okay.
Is the coach shouting Portuguese right now? The other coach?
I honestly don't remember that.
The other coach right here, I don't think he was.
Okay.
No, he was Brazilian. I know he was. Because, first of all, that kid spoke Brazilian mid-match.
Portuguese.
Is it Portuguese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He spoke Portuguese to the ref, like, after he got penalized.
Nah, you could tell.
Yeah.
From a Portuguese.
Beautiful. Dude, this is solid, Jackson.
Yeah, we're just waiting for 2 hooks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Kimura, I like that Kimura fold. Yep. Beautiful.
What happened to
This is where we were all screaming at this point right now.
cross his face?
Look, if you listen, all 3 of us coaches are screaming the same thing.
What are you screaming?
Telling him to attack a choke because they're rolling out of bounds, so I'll get 2 points.
Yeah. You get points for that? I thought it was just in the thing.
So the match doesn't stop once they touch the yellow?
No, it's once half of your body leaves the other.
Which, I don't know why he's never said to me, but...
Are we going to K guard here? Are we playing K guard a little?
No,
I remember him saying he needs to work on his guard.
Dude.
Even though you did a very good job regarding
That was. Dude, look at how he's as tall as the ref. He's such taller than the ref. He's 12.
No, they're 14.
There's 13. Well, 13, 14.
So you fought up in age, eh?
No. Jackson's turning 14.
It's the year you turn 14.
Jackson just refuses to say that he's turning 14. I don't know why.
This kid. Good grip control. And he really is.
You know you're up 3-0 here?
Yeah, there was only 3 seconds, so I knew I didn't.
I was going to say that time is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
So what are you guys shouting now?
No, it was the match.
I was trying to get an underhook.
What happened, dude?
That's the match.
They stopped it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The match was over at that point.
Okay, I guess they just choose.
Jackson won 5-0
when they want to stop it.
and 1 advantage.
So that's.
Kid, I think, had 1 advantage.
How do you hear? I turned the volume down, but like there was a lot of screaming. Do you hear that when you're on the match?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, okay. It depends. When it's Coach Fettis screaming, a little bit. I hear it a little bit. But when they just scream instead of just talking loudly, sometimes they'll scream.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I don't understand them, but a lot of, you get used to it. Like, you
drown it out.
You know how, you watch, a TV show that's in a different language, and then you start hearing, different words a lot, and it's when they say forever, and it's obviously a different language, so they say it differently.
How many TV shows do you watch in different languages?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm just.
But it was a really good example.
Yeah, it was.
Don't you watch shows in
I have
Spanish all the time?
no interest. I'm not. If
You
I
didn't
walk
watch,
in, oh man.
Narcos?
That's different.
That's in Spanish.
That's one
Did you watch
show.
Money Heist? That's in Korean.
That's different. That's a
Hold on.
gangster action.
I'm just saying. You also watch
and it's
shows
only
in different
two
languages.
shows. There's only 2 shows.
So
Okay,
there's
that's
more.
fair.
On back to all the movies we grew up on. We were talking about the other day.
I don't.
He's
I
talking
remember
about
that
like
being
during the
mentioned
show,
by
like when they
It's
say a
not.
specific word multiple times. Like
Yeah.
during the
I
show.
get
Like,
it.
if you
Like,
point the
you
word out.
start to like understand their language a little bit.
patterns.
Do you guys typically hear one coach more than another in a town like in a venue like that? Whose voice do you hear?
This is about to be.
Coach
This is
Pratt.
about to be.
Coach Seville is more. He's like he screams a little bit, but he doesn't like scream like him. He's usually like calmer during the match.
Who?
Coach Jabril.
Okay. Do you guys prefer somebody like scream at you to do this, or to just kind of repeat it in a calmer voice? Like, what do you guys?
I honestly prefer it when they scream it at me, because like it makes me feel like I have to do it now. Like I need to do this.
The other one's optional.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it gives me a reminder that
It's a recommendation. I'm gonna recommend we attack a choke now, if you feel like it. No pressure. Okay. Fate of the match doesn't. All right. Well, we've run out of time. Coach Keanu, I know you're really good about monitoring the thread. Any noteworthy comments or questions
In
from
the first 20 minutes we started, Maggot
Maggot?
said,
This kid
didn't they
Maggot.
come back like a week ago?
Yeah, Maggot
Who's
is
Maggot?
Maggot claims to know Journey.
Correct.
He might even train at the gym, but he refuses to disclose his real name. His YouTube name, her YouTube name is Maggot, which seems self.
it could be Madden.
And then
No,
Like
it's
how-
Maggot.
Like
No, but
like,
it could be her friend.
Oh,
Madden.
yeah.
Madden.
I thought her friend's name is Maddie.
It's
No.
Madden.
Madden.
Oh.
Like football.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
To answer
Yeah.
your question, yes, they did come back a week ago.
Yeah.
We just had Anya and Evelyn on first.
Yeah. This room, if you can't tell, the room has limited space, so it's a logistical thing.
And then when Coach Ferris delivered his powerful monologue about why he coaches and what a coach does, Aaliyah commented, "Love hearing that, Coach Ferris."
Aaliyah Ardell,
Yeah.
which is
Ardell.
Silas's mom. Silas.
She's also one of our blue belts who
Yeah.
is going to Master Worlds this year.
Yeah.
And then our only other third and final comment when Coach Jabril was talking about his process and going to law school and just being a multifaceted individual that he is, Rosary Defender said, "Jabril's the man."
Which I believe is Brian.
That was it.
I forget his last name. Pretz?
Brian Perrette. Roser. Oh, really?
I believe so. Yeah.
Brian has been talking about coming back on the mat for like ever. He's got a wife now and a couple kids maybe.
We miss you, Ryan.
He's like, oh, I gotta get back there, and I was like, yeah,
the gym's always open.
yeah, right. But okay,
No comments worth interrupting the feed for.
Okay.
Otherwise, that was it.
Awesome.
cool. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all hopping on, and
Thank you.
and
Of course.
yeah, and we will. If you're on this. Go ahead and wherever you're viewing this, if it's on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You can share it. You can also, if you're on Facebook, you can like that. You can comment. You can, again, share it, send it to your stories. It's our own self-promoting kind of section of the show. And then if you're looking to train jiu-jitsu and you need help finding a school, I actually had a guy come in from the street fair. And he's just like, they live in Adrian. And he came in for the 30 days free. I was like, dude, I'll give you 30 days free. But let's find you. It was like Adrian out that way. And so I helped him find a school. I'll come back to the story in a second. But we'll help you find a school. If you need help kind of narrating them or finding them. I'm glad I did because the only school he found was a karate school. And they like taught jiu-jitsu. And he's like, no, they do jiu-jitsu. I was like, and I showed pictures. I was like, no. Then I called him. I called him and I was like, "Hey, this is David Fox from Metro Jiu-Jitsu." And they're like, "Okay." I was like, "Relax. I have a referral for you." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And like they turned around completely. And so I just asked questions. So we'll do that. We'll be happy to do that for you guys. Whether to Coach Shabilio's point, if you're training at Jiu-Jitsu school, it's better than not training. So cool. As always, you guys, we'll see you on the mats. So he's gonna go ahead and end.